But right now, I'm going to bring up the CEO and founder of iBuumerang, Mr. Holton Buggs.
Good morning, good morning. How we doing? All right, hold on for a second. Hold on. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. David, get back up here. Get back up here, David. Hold on. This is my first time in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm going to show you all how we do things. Now, hold on for a second. This man, 18 years, has served y'all. So I want to hear a Raleigh, North Carolina applause. I don't want to hear that other city. To the left, or to the right, to the north, or to the south. I want to hear a iBuumerang, Raleigh, North Carolina applause for this man here, Mr. David Manning. Have a seat now. Y'all wasting my time. Have a seat. I got a plane to catch, all right? We got some traveling to do, right? Listen, how you do anything is how you do everything. Yes. Here's what I want you to do, okay? Here's what I want you to do, okay? Every time you have an opportunity to do your best, don't do your second best. Right. So if you have an opportunity to applaud, y'all know that Sunday I'm really tired, ready to go home from church, clap. The pastor's the wrong one. Yeah. Don't do that clap when we got David up here, okay? When you have a chance to do anything, give it your best. People always ask me, how did you get to where you are? How did you? It's not because I'm more talented than you. I'm not. I probably have less contacts in my phone than 80% of you in here. Wow. Because I know you think, HB knows everybody, right? I don't. I know a few people, okay? But those few people, I'm extremely passionate with my connection with those people. So I'd rather have 100 people in my phone that I have an extreme passionate relationship with than 1,000 people that I'm just okay with. Amen. So whenever you have a chance to do something, do it. Whenever you have a chance to make a mark, do it. Here's what I want you to do, okay? Here's how we're going to turn this into, what's the arena around here that we have here? PNC. What is it called? PNC. PNC. What does it stand for? It's okay. No problem. Y'all don't know what it stands for? Here's what we're going to do. David, let's go ahead and build our boomerang to the largest company in the world. Buy it, and we'll call it the iBuumerang Arena. Stage talk, right? How many of you have ever seen, they've got this arena called the Herbalife Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Over in Brazil, they've got the Jeunesse Arena. Oh, wow. Yeah. Somebody thought about it first. It sounded crazy to an audience of people first, until two crazy guys like us stand up there in front of the room and tell you that it's going to happen. Nobody thought what we've done, nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought it was going to happen. Nobody thought that the energy that came together was going to cause such a boom. You know what I'm talking about? They never thought that was going to take place. But when you bring it together, and here's what happened. See, when we came together, we didn't come out and give you the second best branding. Wow. We didn't come out and say, well, we're going to just toss out some branding that looks okay for pre-launch. And then kind of change it up, and we'll get the pictures together. No, you deserve the best. So why would we come and give you second best? Why would we give you something that's second rate? We didn't come out here and give you a compensation plan that was going to be, one day we'll put more money in it, but we're gonna watch the budget right now. To make sure we can pay the rent, and then we'll give more money. No. We've come out here and already have broken records with the checks that have actually been paid. David just talked 3 check runs that have already taken place already. I'm riding in the car with somebody, I can't tell you his name. I can't tell you his name at all because the law says that if I tell you his name, it's kind of like our iGo site. We can't tell the hotel, the price, and the date at the same time. Right. So I can't say the name, who I was riding with, and their check amount at the same time. I was riding with somebody today who picked me up from the airport, and they were saying, man, my first 3 weeks, I've made almost $30,000. His name rhymes with Daniel Camaro. He said, I ain't never made this much money in my life. We've broken records, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, this is not a game. This is not a game. I know for many of us, network marketing becomes a social club. We come because, the people here makes us feel good. And that's good. It's supposed to be that way. And I can tell that's the type of culture that you're going to have when you're around the time you're going to feel better. Okay? You're going to feel really good when you're around. This is a business. Yes. We come here to get paid. Yes. Right. Don't you say what I'm talking about? We come here to get paid. No, I forgot. Guys, let's sit him on sitting down the way you brought him up here. Sit him on down. Come on. I know the guests who are here right now probably think, these folks, what are they drinking? Let me ask you, raise your hands if you're a guest here today. Okay? You won't be when you leave. That's okay. Here's the thing. Right? See, it's not about hype and excitement. It's not about just hype or what's going on. Here's what's happening. Corporate America has made all of us perform way below our potential. Because the environment is not set for you to be all that you really can be. The environment is set so that they'll pay you, okay, just enough to keep you from quitting. Right? And you'll do just so much work, just enough work to keep you from being fired. It's this environment of mediocrity. When you think about it, here's what happens. At your job, most of us, and I'm not here putting down jobs by no means, okay? I am really big on employment. I'm just bigger on freedom. Okay? So I don't want you to think I'm here to put your job down. That's not what this is about. But at your job, if you really think about it, what's happened is most of us, including myself when I was working, I worked in an environment, and what happens is whenever you do something for a consistent period of time, it becomes normal. So what happens is mediocrity becomes normal when you walk around mediocre people. And it's not that the people are mediocre, it's the environment that's been created at that job. Think about it. For every day that you go to work, how many productive hours do you really put into your job? They pay you for 8. And if you really put 3 hours or 4 hours of that's a good day. Right? Now, because here's the thing. Here's how I know, okay? Because they don't pay you, okay? They don't pay you for scrolling on your social media. You know what studies show how many times you check your social media per day? A person checks their phone, okay? They check their phone over 200 times a day. Wow. I say it backwards. Wow. I say it upside down. Mom. Y'all smart over here. Some of you people like, what are you talking about? So, but that's what happens. And so I never forget, I was working at this job, and and I can do it with my eyes closed. How many of you can do your job with your eyes closed? What it means is that they haven't provided an environment for you to grow. I can't do iBuumerang with my eyes closed at all, because I'm going to run over some people. If my eyes are closed, because it changes all the time. Every single day we've had to grow. I can tell you right now, David and I, we call each other every day, and we're growing like crazy. Not necessarily just growing the numbers. The numbers are going through the roof. Over 20,000+ distributors first month, 24,000 customers since March 11th. Wow. Hello. Hello. That's you. That's you. What company do you know of who's bad enough or bold enough to say, yeah, we're going to get 24,000 customers in the first 2.5 weeks? Customers. I don't know any company who says that. Guys, we're going to have 5 million customers our first year. 5 million customers our first year. And here's the thing that you're seeing right now, what I want you to understand is you're seeing a company in the making of making and recreating history. That's what you're seeing right now. And so, but what happens is, I think sometimes we've made it look too clean. Because I've been through pre-launches before. I have. My previous company that I was working as a distributor for, and then I started in corporate, I was there during my pre-launch. I didn't join the company in the very beginning, but they were still in pre-launch when I joined them, and they were already 6 months old. And so when I joined the company, there was no product. There was no product. 6 months later, I joined, and they were out of product. Okay? Here's one thing I'm gonna guarantee you. I'm gonna look you in your camera right now. We will never be out of hotels. I promise you, we will never be out of hotels, okay? I promise you that. They were out of inventory. Guess what happened when they was out of inventory? I doubled my sales. Why? Why did I double my sales? Because I wasn't there for the product, I was there for freedom. I was there for freedom. Okay? I was there for freedom. And so I knew the product one day is going to come. And so what I want you guys, today you're going to get a little mixture of iBuumerang and a little mixture of vision. I'm going to give you a little mixture of leadership as well today. Why? Because I know that the foundation of what's about to be built here, it always starts with the principle of leadership. Yeah. The principle of leadership. Here's what my goal is. My goal is to make you uncomfortable. Now, I'm not going to blow y'all out today. Just meet y'all. Y'all look good. I like pretty people. Okay? But the next time y'all see me, specifically when y'all qualify to come to one of my leadership trainings, okay? Adrian's been to one of my leadership trainings before. He knows the drill. Okay? He knows. All right? And I'm not saying it's some military style. No. I just call it like I see it. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's no soft path to freedom. Amen. There's no rookie camp. There's no rookie leader. There's no such thing as a beginning leader. You're either a leader or you're not. That's right. Okay? And every one of you in here have the potential to lead large groups of individuals. Because when you have led your first one, now all you've got to do is start the process of duplicating what you've done. And every one of you in here, if you sponsored one person, if you've gotten one person to even look at the I-Decide presentation, you're a leader. I don't care how big your check is. I don't care how big your group is. I don't care if you've only sponsored one person and 3 people quit. That don't even matter. You got a leader that's inside of you.
That's right.
There's a leader that's waiting for you to step out and go out there and lead. I want you to understand, leaders aren't born. They're developed. They're developed. And this is why, I've got a philosophy. All people always ask, Mr. Buggs, could you help me? I don't help people. I'm not a helper. Call my church. I donate a lot of money over there. If you want help, call the church. Just don't call me. No, I don't help people. Okay? I develop leaders. I never do, and I'm going to share this with you, never do for somebody what they can and should do for themselves. Never do for someone what they can and should do for themselves. Why? Because as soon as you continue doing something for somebody that they should and can do for themselves, what you have done is weaken them. You have weakened them. I can't wait to get y'all to the Sapphire Above leadership. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do something a little different today. You know, these other events I've been going around talking about the vision. I'm gonna give y'all a little of that stuff. I'm gonna show you the art. See, here's what I've learned. I wasn't born with this. I have learned the art and the science of network marketing. It's not a bragging term whatsoever. I just studied it. You know, some people are good at playing, what do they call it, dominoes. How many of y'all are good at dominoes? Man, I can't play dominoes to save my life. I just can't count that quick. I don't know what it is. I just like, I can't come to y'all good at spades. How many of y'all good at bid-wits? Y'all play bid-wits over here? I used to play bid-wits. I used to play bid-wits until it almost broke up a marriage. Spades. It almost broke up a marriage. Why you always reneging? My wife, listen, when I say competitive, she looked across the aisle over there at me. You know, don't you see what I'm playing right now? And it was like she just turned into like this card game monster, and I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, let me stop playing this. I don't think we're gonna make it another year. And when I call her to look out, listen, you think I'm competitive? Oh my goodness. Boy, that woman that y'all see, who just always so prim and proper, get her in a bid-whist or a spades game. And don't cut when you're supposed to cut. I'm telling you, it's bang. And so, but how people became really good at those things, I became really good at business. I studied network marketing, and I played the game of network marketing from a business standpoint because I wanted to understand how is it that someone can start something with such little resources and put some time into a business and make it multiply and have the biggest returns of almost any business I've ever seen before. I never just understood how that was even possible, right? And so I studied it. I studied it for a very long time, and still to this day, I study it. Now, I want you to understand that network marketing is not just some second-rate business. It cranks out a lot of money if you do this right. You know, I tell people, don't treat this like a business. Yeah. That sounds crazy, don't you? Don't treat iBuumerang like a business. Treat it like a job.
Yep.
Treat it like a job. Why?
You have to do it.
How many of us went all day last week?
Right.
How many of us who work 40 hours, we're going to do that 40 hours this week, right? Next week, you're going to do your 40. Next week, you're going to do your 40. Treat it like that. See, right now, some of us have been treated like a business. I can do it whenever I want to do it. They say it's home base, so whenever I'm at home, that means I'm working. What you doing? I'm working for you. I'm at home. Got my home-based business. I want to treat it like a job. I have to tell my part-time, treat it like a job first. Okay? And then you'll start to understand the principles of it becoming a business. And because this thing will crank out some money, I promise you, and what we put together here, we've got the best of both worlds. I haven't met anybody outside of David Manning, and I'll combine Lori Spears in that, who understands the travel and is as connected in travel as they are. You can't find a better source for someone to understand travel the way that they understand travel, to have the access, to have the influence in travel the way that they understand this particular industry. So what I want you guys to understand is now that David has time, I'm not going to say 100% because you see he's flying around here doing all these meetings and stuff like that because it's incredible to be able to have someone that can actually, sometimes you come up in the room, like when they introduce me, I'm like, okay, I got to go pick up the crowd. How many of y'all? Right? And I was telling David the very first time, I forgot where it was, I don't know where it was. Oh, it was in Atlanta. Very first time we spoke together, I'm like, I got my running back right there, right? And so it's great, but when you know that he can put a lot of his mental focus into bringing the best concepts in travel, period, in the industry, guys, what you're looking at right now, see, most people looking at this as the end. That's how good it looks already. You think it's gonna look like this forever. This is gonna change next week. And the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. Here's what I want you to do. Here's what I need each and every one of you to do. I need each and every one of you to take a conscious thought process of understanding, of staying what I call brand new. Yeah. You have consciously stay brand new. Let me tell you why. Okay? How many of you have kids? Okay? And how many have kids that grew up in your own home? You never saw them grow. You never saw them grow. You didn't. I'm going to tell you who saw them grow. The grandparents. Boy, the last time I saw you never came home to your son or your daughter, but you just saw it in the morning. Girl, this morning, girl, you was never here. You didn't see them grow. Maybe if you sent them off for summer camp and they came back and maybe they're half-inch tall, but you didn't see them grow. You just woke up one day and they was leaving the house and you was happy. That's just how it happens. Like one day you're changing the diaper, the next thing you're doing is, you're just helping them get their last basket. Oh God. But you didn't see them grow. Why? You take it for granted. You sometimes don't have a chance to step back and watch the progress that takes place. Growth takes place all the time, but I can tell you, all of us, what we do is great things that we're very close to, we take it for granted. Yeah. Anybody disagree? I always have somebody who disagree. I like that. I got one person who disagrees. We don't take it for granted. I'm going to prove it to you now. Here's what we're going to do. I need everybody to do me a favor. Okay? I need you to take your hands, put them behind your back. Right now, put your hands behind your back. Okay? Now, we're gonna do participation here. I'm gonna show you how you take it for granted. Okay? Now, put your hands behind your back, and now you gotta choose which neighbor you're gonna communicate with. Okay? So you can let them know how much for granted you've been taking. This is what I'm about to tell you. All right, and y'all gonna be partners. So you and y'all partners. All right, you don't right. You got it there. And so right here, this is your partner right here. This is your partner right here. All right, this is your partner right here. Okay, now, it may not apply to you, but here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you why it may not. Here's the thing. Keep your hands behind your back. Do not look at your hands at all. Okay. Now, if you have on a watch, I want you to just tell them in their ear whether your watch for the markers have Roman numerals, whether it has dashes, spaces, does it have all 12 numbers? Is it in italics? You look at it every day. You should know. No, don't start laughing now. And watch this big old line you got to tell. Tell him. Go ahead. Yeah. Well, how do you take it? How do you take it? Tell him. Y'all scared now. Don't be looking at your watch, tell him. Hey. Don't be looking at your watch. Yo. Oh, man. How many of you got it wrong? Raise your hands if you got it wrong. Be honest. Come on, man. Let's be honest. It's your watch. So, here we go. If you look at your watch, that's security. And they say, ma'am, if you have lost a watch, can you please call and describe it? You be watching this. No, that's my watch, man. Can you describe it? No, you wear it every day. You take it for granted. Guys, I study human behavior. I'm not good at network marketing, I just know people. Network marketing doesn't change, people do. Don't study the network. Our calculator, it's numerical. It's a calculator. Don't study the calculator, it's not wrong. It's no different than, I'll give you an example. Okay? I never forget, and you're the same too, I'm sharing with you how we take things for granted. I never forget when I moved into my first house. Bought my first house when I was 21. And I bought it, and we had this dining room, and I wanted this picture, this painting so bad, this painting. And most of you probably can relate to it. When I bought that painting, before I saved the money to buy it, I look at that painting every day. Man, I want to get this painting, Then I buy the painting. And boy, I walk into that dining room and walk past that dining room every day, look at that painting. I walk. And every day I walk in the house, I paint.
Yeah, you don't even look at it.
6 months later, 1 year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later, you can't describe the pain. Why? Because it's common to you. It's good. It's common to you. See, when iBuumerang came out, nobody had ever heard of it. Excitement, enthusiasm, newness. He or she who wins is the one who keeps the newness. Absolutely. I've been doing this for 29 years. I'm not wrong. I know what I'm talking about. You've got to consciously renew yourself and make sure that this stays new to you every week. Let me tell you how it gets old. Don't bring anybody in your group. This is why, Carol, I work tirelessly. You know why? Because the newness is in the new eyeballs of the brand new person that just enrolled, and I'm now able to live through their brand new excitement. This is why grandparents love grandbabies. Because you took your kids for granted, and you can't wait to see those grandbabies. Like, it's new life from your bloodline, and it's excitement. I'm telling you how to operate as a business owner here. I'm just being honest with you. I'm telling you, I built 3 million servers in my group. I'm not good. If I was good my first 7 years, I would have had more than 49. My first 7 years, Gail, 49 distributors in 7 years. And I worked the business every single day. Every day. Every day. It wasn't the business that was broken, sir. It was I didn't understand people. And see, what happened is when I started making money, it was easy for me to say, wow, hey, this business has changed. No, I changed. I'm in business. I never forget, I went to Paris for the first time. And I went to Paris for the first time, it was October of 2005, I think. Yeah, 2005. I go to Paris. Hated it. How you gonna serve me a pizza with an egg in the middle? Gross. Couldn't find a good restaurant for miles. My wife and I, we found this restaurant that said hamburgers. and it said takeaway. They don't call it to go, takeaway. Okay? And I didn't know what takeaway meant at the time. I want to say, I want that takeaway hamburger. I said, oh, you can take it away. Cool. Okay. I said, I want ketchup. Okay, that'll be $3. I'm gonna look. It ain't free. Ketchup is not free in Paris. So it's hard for us to find a good meal in Paris. Couldn't stand it. Couldn't wait to get out of it. And plus, my wife would be shopping and stuff like that. And I wasn't making that much money back. We was only making about 50, 60 grand a month. And so she's But you know, with 50, 60 grand a month, it's good. It is.
It's not much.
I'm not trying to be facetious.
Right.
It's really good, but
It's not much.
anyway, let me just get past that. So I never forget, just couldn't wait to leave Paris. We were there for 10 days, couldn't find anything to eat.
We want to hear about the shopping.
You want to hear about last year's shopping, not that time.
Last
It
year.
wasn't no shopping, it was It was That's all it was. I couldn't get the op. Couldn't do the op. It was now it's like shopping. That's how it is now, okay? So, but here's what happened. We go there, I couldn't wait to leave, and I couldn't wait to leave because the food was horrible. It was horrible. And then here's what happened. We go back to Paris, okay? Not right away, but we go back to Paris about 6 years later. Never forget, we went back 6 years later, and I never forget telling my wife, man, they finally got some good restaurants here in Paris. I'm like, man, things have changed over here. I'm like, I don't know if they hired a lot of chefs or whatever it was, but the food is good over here in Paris. I'm like, man, I can't wait to come back. The same restaurants. I changed. I became accustomed to my palate became conditioned to a finer delicacy. And see, sometimes here's what happens. Sometimes many of us want to have a millionaire lifestyle, but your palate ain't ready yet.
That's right.
This is why I had this aversion. And this is why in the very beginning, when I used to look at people who were rich, it was like, yuck. You the reason I'm poor or whatever it was, right? You're lucky. Why? I had a broke palate. Feed me the environment of my society, of where I grew up, or where I was broke, and guess what? I could have a feast. Give me a little dose of success and millionaire, and I wanted to puke because I didn't understand it. I couldn't digest that type of recipe, if you will, until I started to practice it. until I started to walk into hotels, whereas I couldn't afford a room. And I just wanted to, my mentor told me, he says, listen, if you want to be rich, you practice everything else. Why don't you practice being rich?
Wow.
But we should tell you, I remember he didn't have the money when he first met with me. Okay? And I did a leadership training, and the rooms were $500 a night. Plus, we didn't have iGo. Okay? And we went down to, we were in Miami at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. Okay? No, I don't know if you made that one, the Ritz-Carlton. I know your first one was in Arizona.
That's the first one.
Okay, but I did a leadership meeting at the Ritz-Carlton. Rooms was $500 a night. People say, you know, and it was for Sapphires at the time was making maybe about $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Okay, why are you doing the meeting up at there? All the complaints came, and everybody, we ain't rich like you, and all of that kind of stuff, right? Now everybody wanted to be rich, and here's the mentor setting a meeting at the St. Regis. See, here's the thing. Your mentor is always right as long as you agree with him. See, your mentor is a genius as long as you agree. But when it gets outside of your comfort zone, that's when you question your mentor. Which one is it? Is he or she good? Or they're not? And so they complain all the way there. They complain all the way there. You know what? A couple of them wanted to even boycott. I ain't going $500 a night. And I got them there. I said, you know, they can't make their own. I had first question asked, how many of y'all think the room rates are too much here? And they were so excited to let me know. It's not too much. You just don't make enough money.
That's right.
You think the Ritz-Carlton is the problem.
They're the same
Ritz-Carlton. You don't make enough money. And I told him, I said, how do you ever expect to get rich if you don't know what it feels like? If you don't know what it feels like to walk into a hotel, and before you get the registration, they've already called your name 3 times, and you never told them who you are. That's right. They don't do that at Motel 6. Hey man, don't park over there. Hey, get your luggage and just bring it on over here. That's not the way I was born to be treated. I wasn't born to be. That's how I was treated early, but that's not the way I was designed to be. I never accepted that. I never accepted that. I never accepted to go into a hotel room and the washcloth was so thin you can see through it. I'm telling you, you start bathing, I'm like, oh, this is like a Brillo pad. No. I said, guys, it's 3 days out of your life for you to, and this is not the price of the room, this is an investment in your vision. And are you telling me that your vision is not worth $1,500? Why? See, most of us will spend more money on the exterior of our heads than we will on the interior of our vision. Because I can't find too many women who will buy a weave less than $500 or less than $1,000. But we'll make it look good. But when it comes to spending $500 for 2 or 3 nights in a hotel, oh no, I would not invest. Guys, we have to be sharp every week. Have to get that haircut. Have to have that line. And some of us have to have that Beijing, you know. Every week we got to. Why? Because we got to look good on the outside. What I started focusing on was building my inside. I didn't care what the outside looked like. I used to buy all my clothes from the building. Okay? For a short period. This is not forever. Okay? You have to boomerang that concept. You buy from the Goodwill and then you get rich and then you give it back. Now boomerang that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give it back. Give yourself back. But if you ever want to be wealthy, practice wealth. See, many of us, including myself, I practiced being broke so long I was an expert at it. I was an expert. You couldn't outbroke me if you tried. I was a bad broke dude, I'm telling you. I can come up with every excuse why I can stay broke for the rest of my life. I can out-excuse you any time of the day. I was really good at it. But here's one thing I understand, that principles don't care which direction you're going. The principles will not waver. Principles work regardless of what you think or feel about them. Laws work regardless of what you think or feel about them. Faith. What is faith? The belief that what I cannot see will happen. What's fear? The belief of what I cannot see will happen. I'm afraid of the dark. I can't see it, so I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the boogeyman. The belief of what I cannot see will happen. Faith just means the belief of what I cannot see will happen positively. Fear, the belief of what I cannot see negatively. You are the navigator. You steer. You steer. You can choose to exercise faith, or you can choose to exercise fear. Fear. I can't get my money out of payout. This baby and HB gonna run off with the money. Fear. Most strippers don't even get paid their first month and a half. We've sent 3 checks in 45 days. We've paid out almost $2 million. That's right. I got $300 stuck in payout, and I paid $500 to get in. That's a $300 loss. Fear. Faith is, oh, my money's stuck in payout. Let me go sponsor some more people so I can have a bigger check and get stuck. Because I know they don't release it. Okay, right? No big deal. Faith versus fear. When you have a fear-based life, fear is a magnet. You attract others with fear. And you repel others with faith. And so you develop a fear-based group that don't produce. Because the belief is always in what's not going to happen the right way. This is why fear-based people congregate together. It's like I can always see them. They pull them to, hey, bro, man, come here first. Let me talk to you first. Did you see that when he walked in here with that hat, that flashy watch, with all those diamonds? You know, all gaudy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That ain't really gaudy. Fear-based people, they recruit. They go out and recruit other people. Why? Because they gotta justify my state of being in fear all the time. And the only way to justify it is to have someone in agreement with me. And who's better to be in agreement than the one sitting right next to me that I can see that they kind of got that little body language too. They pushing right over there. Do you know people come to me with negativity? Because they already, no, don't even go this way. Don't talk to him. Don't bring negative, because here's what I want you to know. I told him to give you a mix of leadership, vision, all this kind of stuff. But here's the thing. In every conversation, I want you to always remember there's a buyer and there's a seller. Who are you? Seller. Are you a buyer? My son knows. Don't come to daddy with that. Why? Daddy's not a buyer. Daddy's a seller. And he tries to mix it up all, he tries to mix it real fancy so I can buy it. I am a seller. I am a seller. I ain't buying boomerangs, I'm selling them, giving them away, all right? I'm the person who's going to give. I'm the salesman. And so you gotta start understanding that. Hey, are you registered for the grand opening event? They ain't even told me where it's going to be. They're going to buy a great ticket on stage and out ticket, man. Just go ahead and buy the ticket. It's going to be in America. All right, it's going to be in America. I promise it's going to be no passport needed. It's going to be in America. Where in America? I don't know. I don't even know. But you do it on faith. Okay? We're going to know this weekend if we just, but like David said, we can't use a hotel. We announced it. Why? The reason we didn't give you the place, we don't know who can hold us. We don't know who can hold us. David, I don't know about you. You and I have been around networking for 31 years, 29 years, 60 years ago. Between both of us. Okay? And when last time have you seen a company, their very first event, look like they were on with 10,000 people? Never. See, when you encounter things that you've never done, you're going to go through challenges that you've never gone through. There's going to be problems that need to be solved that's never been solved before. See, if we could tell you exactly where we were going to be, some of y'all checks wouldn't be as big as they are. Because that's not a big enough problem for somebody else to solve. Oh, any hotel can fit our first meeting. No problem. Here's where we're going to be with those little 600 people. And your check with no comma. See, you want big check with small problems. That don't work. It don't work that way. Big check, big problems. Right? Some of y'all saw my video released yesterday. Yeah. I'm the problem solver. I don't run away from it. When people say there's a problem, can I solve it? Put me. I want to solve it. I was the same way in school until she told me to read. I did not want to read in front of those people. Oh, she gave a math problem, I raised it. That was me. Miss Holton, could you give somebody else a chance? See, how you do anything is how you do everything. Give me the problem. Okay? Give me the problem. You know what the biggest problem in network marketing is? Attrition. For the last 5 years, I've been trying to solve it. This is why Boomerang exists. See, you don't know what a real big problem is because, okay, like I said, if you got 5 people in the group and 3 of them quit, you don't think that's attrition. But if you got 3 million people in your group and 2.8 million of them quit, you start to realize something ain't right. Somebody can solve this right here. Nobody else had to tell me. It was my group. When I made more money when I had 500,000 people in my group than I did when I had 3 million. I'm scratching my head. I'm like, we're telling lies in front of this room. You want a residual income? You can will it and transfer it over to your children. And I'm sitting up there thinking, now here's the thing. The only reason I started the process of thinking about this was because I had gotten on the other side of money. I didn't need to make any more money. So this was not about a money decision at all, okay? Whatsoever. And so I'm looking and I'm like, man, this is different. This shouldn't be this way. Because if I stand in front of a room and I ask you, hey Tanya, would you love to have this business to be willable and transferable to your children? And then I've been around this thing for 29 years, and I look around, and there's a lot of people that I'm associated with in network marketing. But I can't find one person right now that I can call up
say, hey, how you doing? How's the family? Oh, we're doing fine. How's the ranch? Oh, it's doing great. You know, the keepers of the ranch are doing well. And so good that our granddaddy built network marketing, and we're still living off the residuals income that he built, because he went to one of those meetings that he promised him that residual income will continue paying you long after you do the work. We're so grateful. I don't know why. I know Elvis's kids don't have a problem. Why? Because those residuals keep coming in. No, Michael Jackson's kids don't have a problem. You know why? Those residuals keep coming in. I know the Beatles' kids don't have any problems.
Yes, they do.
Stella McCartney, when y'all buy her stuff, that's from that money that he made 40 years ago. He ain't out there in the studio right now. That's that old, long-term, it works. It works. But I can't find a network marketing baby to say, yeah, all I do is I collect the checks and just make sure that everything is good. And, I can't find that. Is there any of you know? Because I'm being honest, any of you know any? So you do operate on faith. Because you don't even know it exists. But you're planning on somebody taking care of what you build to be passed on. Yes. So you do know how to operate on faith. Situational faith, conditional faith, but you do know how to use it. Because you've seen no evidence, substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. You have not seen a person who's left their residual income to multiple generations that they still live off of today. But yet you will build this business on faith that it's going to happen. And I can tell you in 29 years, I look at it and I'm like, hold on for a second. One day I'm going to have some grandchildren. Long time. I don't want my son to hear this speech right here. It's a while from now, son. Okay, you hear this? A while. And I want to leave them something. Okay? Why? How many of you right now know the first name of your great-great-great-great-great-granddad? What about great-great-great-grandmother? First name. 4 people. Let me tell you why the other 200 and some people don't know who they are. Because they ain't leave you nothing. Is the average length of time that a customer stays on a product in our industry. Okay? I studied this. I understand my industry. I understand my business. This is why I say amateurs join companies, professionals launch. I've already put 2 years of mental energy into iBuumerang before we even started. I know it will be 2 years from now. Because it's a launch. I already know what promotion we're going to run in November. Because this is not a game. This is not a game. We know what we're going to do. We know what we're going to do. The average customer spends $35 a month on products and network marketing. That means that you've got almost 90 days. 90 days is 1 quarter. A quarter is 3 months. There's 4 quarters in the year, so basically what you got is 3 months. That means 3 times 35 is going to give you $105 per year of revenue. If you make 20%, which you do not make 20% most of the time in network marketing, why? Because you're afraid to sell the product at retail. Why are you afraid to sell it at retail? Because down the street at GNC or Walmart or Whole Foods, they have the same ingredients, no shipping, none of all those taxes that you can go and buy that that same product for about 25% of what you're going to sell to a retail. So most of us, just like you, actually would give our customers our product at our cost, just so we can get rid of it. Why? We know we got more coming next month. It's called auto ship. Is auto ship bad? No. It's just not effective for what your goal or what your dream is. Most of us are afraid to even ask our distributors to get on auto ship. You should not ask a retail customer to get on auto ship. You've ever been in network marketing outside with a product? You're supposed to check a box off. The distributor is. You check it off for them, don't even tell them. How do I know? I got 3 million people that's come through my group. I've heard customer service. I didn't order this extra stuff that's coming every month. Who checked the box? And when they call, you didn't tell him he's gonna be getting $100 worth of this juice next month too? And a month after that. And here's what happened. The old big old dude, he all big bad, and then his wife about 2 feet tall. I told you. I don't want no more of this stuff coming in this garage. I can even pull it in to the garage. I don't knock the bumper off my car with these crates of juice that you, I don't want. And so listen. I don't have enough time to work this business no more, so he won't say my wife said, I can't have no juice. She's 2 feet tall, he's about 7 feet 10. Listen, I'm sorry, it ain't working out, I'm starting a new job, things like that, and so they drop my flies. Quit. And I'm not picking on juice money. Well, yes, I am. So 20%, that means every year you make $21. Hello! You never even did the math. You just do it on faith. You just do it on faith. You never did the math. I'm going to make $100,000 a year, $1 million a year. If I'm 21 into a million, see how many of you got that? You never did the math. People join the business based on emotion. They justify it later on with logic or profit. This is why they join. I know why they join. It's easy for me to get people to join. I don't care about you joining. I can get people, we had 21,000 join. You think we have we have a shortage. I can get in front of people. I want you to engage. I want you to engage in the business. I'm going to show you why this is unique, why this is different. So now you got $21 per person. Well, my product, it's scientifically proven. Nobody cares about the statistics. 79 days is how long they're going to stay on. Well, I got one customer been on it for 2 years. One. And then you have some who never got on it. The average is 79 days. 79 days. $35 a month. And so $21 a year is what happens. And what happens is what you earn from them. So here's what takes place in your network marketing business. Here's what takes place in your network marketing business. That is these people, they drop. So that means that you have to recruit 4 customers to have 1 solid year worth of revenue. It's a 4-to-1 ratio pretty much. 4 customers is going to let you have 1 year worth of revenue. That's what you're going to have. But when that takes place, okay, over here, you've got also the average distributor is going to recruit 2 people. Okay? So you're going to recruit 2 new people. That's what you're going to do. 2 new people. Well, I've already recruited 8. That's why you're in this room. You're not average. Okay? So 2 new people is what they're going to recruit.
into the business. So I'm sharing with y'all the problem because I study numbers. So this is what takes place, and here's what happens. When you recruit those 2 new people, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do, quick. Because most of you have not mastered and understood what I call the 72 hourglass. You got 72 hours. Remember, you turn the hourglass over, all the sand is up here, right? In the beginning, an hourglass. The reason they call it an hourglass is because it takes 1 hour for all the granules to go from here down to here. In network marketing, you've got the 72 hourglass. All of these granules represent excitement, enthusiasm, make it short, happiness, goals, dreams, possibilities, everything that they saw at the opportunity meeting. Because when you come to the opportunity meeting, guess what happens? Everybody's excited, just like you guessed, you saw everybody jumping up and down. They don't do that at your job. You walk into the job, hey, how you doing? Oh, fair to middling. I had your hand, I cut mine off. Man, I can't call it. And that becomes the normal way of talking. And then you kind of pick it up as well. Peter always, he gets a kick out of me. He's never called me. He says, hey man, how you doing? I said, man, I'm fantastic. I'm always fantastic. Why? Because I used to be, I'm all right. You can't even say fantastic without smiling. I'm fantastic. It's hard. Okay? I've never said, man, I'm doing all right. I'm doing fair to midnight. No, your body language is going to be in concert with what you say. Man, if I had your hand, I'd cut mine off. Every time you say that, you're downgrading yourself.
Right.
You're putting your self-image in the toilet. Every time you say stuff like that. So here's what happens. You've got 72 hours before all of this excitement and the dreams and the visions that they saw at the opportunity meeting, because when you guys showed the meeting today, what people saw was possibilities. And what they saw was something unique and different from what they've been doing the last 2 years or the last 3 years, and they saw a break. They say, wow, here's how I can do something different. And so they join on emotion. It's normal. They're always going to join based off of emotion. They join the business, and in 72 hours, all of that stuff up there starts to go down. This is why within 72 hours, it is your job as a leader to make sure that you replenish all of those granules of sand at the top. If you keep them in for 72 hours, you can keep them in another week. And then after 72 hours, it doesn't mean that they resign. It doesn't mean that they quit. It just simply means that mentally they check out. Why? Because in 72 hours, here's what happens. You get them in, you don't follow up and follow through. They're doing the business the wrong way based on how they think it should be done. There's no guidance, there's no training, there's no training wheel position for them. They're going out with their excitement and they're throwing up on all their prospects. Hey Tiffany, listen, I found a business. Girl, listen, you get 80% off on United Airlines. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, you fly, your third flight is free. And they say all the wrong stuff. Tiffany joins the business, calls customer service or books a flight and find out she didn't save $1. Matter of fact, she paid $2 more. She calls me back, and I call David. Hey, David, I heard at the meeting you get 80% off on your flights. David said, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. Because why? Excited people hear what they want to hear, not what they say. And so now, I'm thinking David pulled a fast one.
told me that it's me. I done told Tiffany. She's mad. I'm mad. Both of us quit. That's what happens. Now, I see the customer service tickets. I watch them. I see the people and what they're saying. You know, I was told. They never show evidence. It's always I was told, what I heard. Okay? It's what I heard. And so they quit. So what you've got to do, how do you keep the 72-hour glass replenished? Number one, you get them a customer. Show them some type of success. Why? You have to give them evidence that the business actually does work. Several ways to keep the 72-hour glass replenished. Give them a customer. Every time a person gets a customer, they're fired up. Get them somebody sponsored right away. Within 72 hours, get them somebody sponsored. Within 72 hours, book several appointments for them. Have them something to do. You gotta have a brand new person looking forward to something that they're going to do within 72 hours at a time. When their brain goes idle, they start thinking. And that is dangerous. This is why I never ask a person, Keith. I never say, hey, listen, Keith, you know, I know you saw the opportunity. Tell me what you think. Don't ever ask that. I don't want to know what a prospect is thinking. Okay? So stop asking. Tell me what you think. Okay? Keith, what did you like about what you just heard? Everything. I didn't say what did you dislike. I formatted the question. I already know that what the possibility of the answers are. What do you like about what you just heard? No, tell me what you think. Oh, I think this is unbelievable. I think it's too good to be true. Where are you going to go from there? Now you got to argue. And he's going to hold on to what he thinks. While people who think, they also think that they're right. This is a people business. Stop trying to learn the compliment. Some of y'all are already experts in the comp plan, but I had to sponsor one. Don't do that. I promise you, we're going to pay you. For every dollar that you put through, we're going to pay you for every dollar that you put through. Some experts at this. Get them in, keep them in, move them along is a formula. Get them in, keep them in, move them along. Don't try to keep people in a month at a time. You're not that good. I'm not that good. You keep people in 3 days at a time, 72 hours at a time. Don't ever let them run out of gas. Don't. What's another way? Get them on a conference call. Get them on a training call. And don't ask them to get on. Make sure that they're on. Hey, listen, when you jump on the call, Holy Spirit's going to be doing it. Hey, listen, just go ahead and type in there, blah, blah, blah. Just type something, let me know you're on the call. Send me a message, let me know when you're on the call. Hey, listen, man, what did you like best about what Lori talked about today? We'll see what had happened was I got my times mixed up. So what does that mean you as a leader? Give your leadership stuff, you need to inspect what you expect. Yeah. So if you expect them to get on the call, inspect it. Make sure that they got on the call. I don't say, was it a good call? Yeah. They lying, they won't even on the call. What do you like best? Can everybody say that? What do you like best about? If you learn that phrase, I'm telling you, it will change the reaction that you get from people. What do you like best about the call? What did you like best about David's presentation? What did you like best about the iGo platform? What do you think about it? What if their experience was, well, they went there and it showed no savings. Oh, it doesn't work. What do you like best about the platform? The savings or the variety of trips that's available. I control the narrative. I control the narrative. Okay? It's not mind games, it's leadership. It's leadership. Leadership just means that you are influencing. You lead people. What do you like best? What do you like best about this meeting so far? Dreamer, what do you like best about this meeting so far? Everything. The travel, okay? The travel about people. What about David? Oh, see, she loves David. Y'all getting on her nerves. But what do you like best? What do you like best if you learn? What do you like best? What simple things to learn? What do you like best? Stop saying, tell them what you like. Did you like it? No. Conversation's over now. Right? Conversation's over. But I can get a person who doesn't like it to join. Because I'll never let them say they don't like it. I will ask enough questions to find out enough things that they did like, because nothing is all bad. There's some good about everything. It's your job as a leader to find it. But if you're going to be lazy and ask closed-ended questions, simple questions that only require a yes or no, you'll never get to the yes. Okay? You'll never get to the yes. How many of y'all ever seen First 48? Y'all embarrassed to raise your hands. I love it. Now, I wasn't watching it before I made some money. I watch it now. Because I didn't watch a lot of television, during the time I was really, really building. Okay? I just tell people television is not bad. Oh, you watch TV, you're not going to go down, and that's not true. Don't ever let television control your schedule. Don't ever say, man, you know what, I would go do this call, but I got to watch this program. If you like TV, schedule it in. Reward yourself. Say, for every boomerang I give out, I can watch 20 minutes of television. Because successful people, they create the conditions in their mind in order to succeed. Be your own boss. Don't let somebody else you set the condition. But if you ever watch First 48, they don't bring the guy in first and say, hey man, did you kill Jimbo? Because if the guy say no, they hey man, listen, where were you on Thursday night? Around 7 o'clock.
At work.
You at work? Can you verify it?
Call the manager.
What's your manager's name and phone number?
Can't give you that information.
Can't give me that information. Okay, I understand. Now, what I heard is you and Jimbo were together 2 days ago. That's the word on the street 2 days ago.
I was at work.
You was at work. What if I told you? But I can't come in and say, hey man, did you kill Jimbo? Okay? I'm gonna ask him enough questions till he pull his shirt and he start getting cold. They get cold, they pull his shirt. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? And then they put their head down on the table. You know what I'm talking about, right? They get cold. See, let me tell you how it really went down. He's guilty. As soon as they say that, but I can't walk in and say, man, you killed Jimbo. He gonna stick to me. You didn't kill Jimbo. Man, I want my lawyer. I don't have nowhere to go now. I want to make sure that I dig and get them to go where it is I want them to go. So that's what you got to do the first 72 hours. If not, here's what takes place. This is the reason why that it doesn't last so long, because of this reason here, that our people start to quit. And when the distributors quit, here's what happens. Remember, these customers here, they don't want to be on auto ship. So what that means, is it Shana? Is it Shanoa? Okay, Shanoa. What that means, Shanoa, is this, is that there now becomes a dependent relationship between these customers and these distributors. Why? I don't want to be on auto ship. The only way I'm going to buy it is if I come pick it up from you or you bring it to me so I can give you my cash. You know what I'm talking about, Shanoa, right? So now you're no longer active in the business because nobody followed up with you in the first 72 hours, or the people in your group didn't follow up with their people, which meant your group started to quit, which means your income is not down because their customers is no longer buying product,
which means your income is way here, and you end up at an iBuumerang opportunity meeting. Looking for a solution. That's just the real deal, right? So it's called attrition. It's called attrition. And so people get in and they quit. And so what I saw was this recycling bin of network marketing that was taking place. Checking my, making sure I'm on time. I got a few more minutes here, y'all. This recycling bin. And so what happens is Shanoa is no longer a customer here. But if somebody else calls her up to say, hey, listen, you know, Shanoa, I'm a distributor for so-and-so. Guess what she'll say? I used to buy that product, but my supplier, I can't find it. Oh, well, now guess what? She'll become a customer for that person. And so customers are recycled and distributors are recycled in a transfer basis. What do I mean? I'll take Tanya, transfer her because her income is down. I'm the lead distributor. I need to go to another company. I'm not calling my Shanoa, my customers. I'm calling my distributors. Tanya, listen, I found a better opportunity. Listen, their juice will make your hair grow 2 inches than the other. And they got 15,000 ways to get paid instead of just 6 like our company. It's better. We getting in early. So come on. Tanya gets her distributors to come over here, and what happens? They get excited. They get excited. The same process goes on. 6 months later, they don't see the photo in the dining room. 6 months later, David Manning comes on stage and they clap like this. Why? I'm familiar with them. Oh, I'm going to see David next time. Oh, it's just Tanya. Just? You don't mean any harm, it's just who you are. You have another speaker come that you've never met before, from another city, another state, another country, and you'll stand on your chair because they may have, hit diamond or whatever it was, but Tanya who's here is going to make sure there's a hotel, who's going to make sure that there's opportunity, who's going to make sure there's training. You will pack the room out for a guest speaker. I'm not getting down and I'm just sharing with you what happens. As there's a book that says there's no honor for a prophet who's on time. It's the same way where I live in Houston. Y'all think everybody jump up? You know how often I go to the beach in Houston? For the last 10 years? Once a year. I'm not going to let you take me for granted. I know what I have to offer. They beg me to come to meetings in Houston. Please get you come. Why? Because I don't want to be just Holton. If I'm just Holton to you, it's going to hurt your income. That's not just David to me. And he never will be, oh, that's just David. Not to me, ever. You'll never see that. That would be the ultimate disrespect. I know what it takes to keep a company open. And to do 2 for 18 years, listen, I wanted out of one of, not this last one, but one before. I was like, man, get me out of here, please. And he stayed and dealt with y'all 18 years. No, it ain't just David. No, it ain't just Lori. It's not just a diamond. They're always going to be here. Why? Because every week I always remind myself to be brand new. That's how I keep the business running. That's how I keep it fresh. And I always bring new people to the table. Why? Because I'm able to live through their eyes of their grandkids, and their great-grandkids, and their great-grandkids, and their great-grandkids. I'm telling you guys, it's the same thing. Do not get stale. Don't see, if you dressed up better for this than you do for your Thursday night meeting, something's wrong. I can can tell if you do that, you probably only go to church on Easter. I'm telling you, we're gonna have it. Oh, that's them Easter TSAs. They only come around when David Holton comes. I ain't seen them in 22 years. David Holton comes. Resurrection Day. Keep it new. Keep it fresh. Keep it new. Keep it fresh. So this was the problem. This is what I've been dealing with for I don't know how many years. I've been dealing with this for so many years. What was the solution? I'm sitting in my mind thinking, what can we do to solve this? And no matter how much training I try to do, training never solved it. I trained over and over again. And I would stand up in front of a room's coach and I trained and I shit and the numbers never changed. And then I looked over the last 60 years of some of the best trainers in the world, and the industry numbers are flatline. They're the same. 79 days, $35 a month. Why? Because that's what humans do. That's what people do. And the numbers are getting a little bit smaller. Why? Because there's more companies now, and our attention span is about the size of a Tic Tac. Because of social media. The way I want to share this with y'all, you know, guys, I'm all over the place. So I never think about what I'm going to say. I just say what I believe needs to be heard. So here's the thing. I don't want you to get stuck on Zooms. I want you to use technology as a way to magnify your growth, not a way to solidify your growth. What if I would have stayed and I was in Miami at the St. Regis? And Ball Harbor. Listen, those towels that they have at the Ball Harbor, I don't know if you've ever been there. The towels are so thick, God, they didn't even fit in my suitcase. They had SR on. I said, that man's a senior. But it wouldn't fit in that suitcase. Well, I'm telling you, just walk by that towel and graze it, you'd be all dry. Motel 6, those are exfoliation towels. It just takes the layer of skin right off. Well, the skin here, the skin is on the floor. And you know what I'm not talking about. Don't get stuck on Zoom. So if I did this from Zoom, said the same thing, okay? So no, I wouldn't have known your name. We wouldn't have made that impact. We wouldn't have had that connection. I wouldn't have been talking to some of you guys, you know. I wouldn't have been able to talk to my killer over here. I wouldn't have been able to come in and tell you, just like that, Pat, that we'll never run out of hotels.
That's right.
I would have been right down that screen, still. Speaking, saying what I'm saying, I would have been effective. But see, nothing replaces a heartbeat. Nothing. See, the higher my heartbeat, guess what happens? When you're a leader and you're in front of the room follows your heartbeat. You can't feel that through the phone. You can't. Don't think, all I got to do is stay at home and do Zooms all day. You can do that if you want to. Zoom, 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 the boom, boom. That's not how I built my business. I use technology, but I'm going to get in front of you. You're going to feel me. I'm going to touch your hand. I'm the biggest hugger I know. I'm going to come in and every time I'm going to greet all the people at the front because, you know, we couldn't have had all these people with your name tags with those people in the front there write your name. I'll come in, guys, and leaders don't come in as big shots. I'm not a big. You don't have to serve me at all. All I need is Fiji water and gummy bears, and gummy bears, and I'm good. Oh, and they got the right ones too. Fiji water and gummy bears. That's all I need. I don't need flowers and go out the. You know, some people they come to the. Here's how we're going to do this. You send 15 people before with the trumpets. And you put the red carpet down, and the rose petals down, and then you're gonna have to play 22 theme songs, and then Rocky, and then I will graze through the room, and it will bring me in on the chariot. How much money you make? You don't even have no commas in your check. No, I come here to serve you. I'm here working for you. You don't work for me. I work for you. It's the opposite. You are the everything that you have faith. We go to work for you. That's the way it's supposed to be. That boom, right? Ooh, and somebody on my belt, somebody talk to Anna. You don't talk to Anna. Yeah, y'all know my secret. Y'all must want me blueberry. Y'all got me the blueberry. Y'all trying to get me to come back, huh? Y'all did it. I'm coming back. Velveeta crackers, Velveeta. And my Haribo gummy bears and my Fiji water. Y'all should be sharing me y'all. That's called manipulation, right? Let me finish up here, guys. Now, so look, I'm going to go rapid speed now, okay? Because I need to finish up. So here's the thing. I want you to catch this, all right? So remember, don't try to zoom your way to the diamond. Okay? Zoom allows you to magnify your efforts. It allows you to multiply the places in which you can be. So, for example, I did a Zoom yesterday in 4 different countries. Okay? David does Zoom. He does Zooms, and they Zoom his Zooms. Don't we do Zooms all day long? We do Zooms all day long, but where are we? We're in front of people. In front of people. So don't sit at home thinking that you got a Zoom-based business. Here's why. This is why. Because there's somebody who's always going to out-Zoom you. That's right. You are not the best Zoomer. But let me tell you something. There's nobody who's going to out-friend me. That's good. That's good. Nobody. That's my secret. You're not going to out-friend Holton Buggs. You can out-Zoom me. You can stay up 24 hours doing these electronic meetings you want to. But when I come over here, and I say, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Nice to see you. Wow, nice to see you. You do that through the Zoom. She's going to remember that. And when it's sincere. Don't go around just hugging people because you just, I saw him do it. No, it's just sincere. And your energy comes across the people. And then what happens is you become connected with the people. And when they get connected to the right leadership, what you do is what they want to do. And now they come to trainings, and what they want to do, they start to do. And when they start to do it, they start to duplicate you, and then you create what's called a movement. Okay? A movement. Luis Ventura, he wasn't here at the very, very beginning. When we first started Countdown for Freedom, he wasn't here. He's been to probably 7 cities that I've been to, that me and David have been to. Wow. Why? He knows. Yeah. When you go, how much were you making before you met me? Before you met, not this time, before you met me last time?
$150.
$150 what?
A month? Yeah, a month.
$150 a month. Per month. How much total did you make after the first 8 years?
Close to $8 million.
8 million. Boom. Now hold on for a second. Hold on. Common sense. I make $150 when I meet this guy. I mean, $8 million, and he don't even own the company. He's just my leader. He's my mentor. He's my coach. Okay, he's now the CEO of iBuumerang, launching from the beginning, and I'm going to stay at home and miss him? No. He knows. Some of you don't know soon.
Daniel and Toledo, they don't have to be here.
No.
He probably don't have anybody in the room here. The man just told me in the car, man, I've never made this much money before. How long were you with me before?
For 5 years?
5 years. Working consistently. Starts with us here. Don't have a large sphere of influence. Made almost 30 grand his first 3 weeks. I met with Luis yesterday. He came and met me, with me in Miami yesterday for breakfast. He saw me go off and do the Zoom call that I had. It was supposed to be 15 minutes and it ended up being an hour and a half. They kept adding people to the Zoom. They kept adding people to the Zoom. And they would end up with about 21 people on the Zoom. It was supposed to be 30. And they just kept adding people. And then he called me right back after I finished that Zoom. He said, listen, can we do another one for 50 diamonds? He told me 50 diamonds on the Zoom call. Yeah? We can do it. You know the unique thing about it? Here's the unique thing about it. I didn't even confront her with this. She quit. She got her first class package. I know y'all already, yeah. She got her first class package. We were counting out for freedom. She quit 2 weeks ago. What? She quit. I was like, you can't understand how somebody can quit on right? So she quit. She called up and she called down and she said, listen, I got a new job, blah, blah, blah. I need to quit and I'm not gonna be able to do it. I can do it. Okay, no problem. We'll get you your money back. So she called Anna, I need my money back. And I told her, get her money back. So Anna called to process her refund.
Can't buy her spot.
And then she texted me out of the blue. I promise you, she texted me out of the blue. Hey, she texted me out of the blue. And I sent it to Ed because I'm like, dude, she just, I said, is this the same woman here? Yeah, man, she was average. She needed that money. Man, she needed that money. And so she texted me. And then she said, here's what she said. She said, hi, it's blank blank. I'm not gonna give you her name. From Chi-Town. I have a couple of diamonds in my group. From my company that wanted to see if you could do a call with them. I promise you can be brief. You can be brief. You know, people text me just stuff. Be brief and quickly be gone. They are considering many companies, and I signed one up for iBuumerang, and just a call from you might close it. So I know what happened. The person she signed up really likes iBuumerang. Right. So they're considering multiple companies. She quit to go join another. Exactly. So I said, of course, I'm available at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She said, you rock. I know I do. Now, so we set the call up, and then I went and did the Zoom. Okay, I did the Zoom. And she sent me a message right after the Zoom. She said, she said, hi. She said, thank you. Okay, this is right after the Zoom, okay? She says, hi, thank you. Okay, so we can get 50 people on another Zoom because my diamonds are requesting another Zoom perhaps Sunday, or if that was recorded so you don't even have to repeat it, we can just send the Zoom, send that Zoom from here on out. Why? I lit it up like a Christmas tree. I said, I'm gonna make you have every regret if you don't quit again. Why? Because it was the first time I had a chance to do an opportunity. This is what I told you. If you're gonna clap, make sure you clap the way you really want to clap the first time. See, I may not have had a second chance to do it. But if I would have came in and said, well, she doesn't play, so yeah, let me tell you about iBuumerang. We throw them out and they come back. Those people might be in Amway today. They may be doing a meeting in Amway, right? Some company, we don't know. But I was going to make sure. See, there was nobody
nobody that they can talk to yesterday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time who was going to reach through that computer screen and grab their hearts and mix it all up and take their, and just get them all emotionally confused about their bad decision that one person had made.
That's right.
That's my job. This is why how you do anything is how you do everything. I didn't come to this meeting and started off and said, okay, I'm going to just cool off. I came in here and got your attention right away. Why? That's what I do. That's what you got to do. I'm not saying you got to be a clown or just try to have funny jokes. What I'm saying is you've got a short time to grab a person's attention. Stop trying to be cool. We got too many people trying to be cool all the time. I see these cool broke networkers all the time. Cool and broke. I'll be hotter than fish grease if I wasn't making no money right here. We want to be cool. No, guys. No, you know when you're cool? You know, I'll tell you what's cool. When you look at your bank account.
That's right.
After the bankers called you and said, hey, listen, you need to open up an additional account. This was no longer security anymore. You've exceeded. Do we need to go ahead and apply for an additional insurance on this that's over here? Ain't that cool?
Let's go.
That's what y'all need. That's what needs to be cool. How we work on the outside and all that stuff and have it all. Now, I'm going to say you dress for success, but make your results cool. Let's redefine what's cool. Let it be cool to be rich. Let it be cool to be debt free. You know, I don't have no debt. I want you to stand up here. I heard one of our leaders here, but she stood up on stage and said she paid off 2 cars with her first check. Jack Gibbons. Okay? She said she paid off 2 cars with her first check. That's cool. Now I bought one and got in debt. That ain't cool. Hey, I went and bought a Mercedes-Benz. I put everything I had on the down payment. That ain't cool. That is not cool. Hey, I got my first check from my boomerang. I paid 2 cars off. That's cool. I'm gonna celebrate that. Matter of fact, as soon as I heard that, my brain was thinking, what we're gonna have is we're gonna have our good board, our GOOD, get out of that board. And so here's what I want you to start doing. Okay? Here's what I want you to start doing. I want you to start taking your first check, your first fruits from your first check, and put a dent in your debt. Okay? And I want you to let us know what you've done. Hey, listen, I paid 10% off on this credit card with my first check. See, those are the people we want to highlight across the stage instead of saying, come on, everybody join, because look, he got a Lamborghini that he hustling to make next month's payment on. That ain't cool.
That's true.
All my cars, you know what I'm saying? Cash. I don't finance stuff. Don't make sense. Why am I going to pay you interest on something that I already know is going to depreciate? That's a double dumb thing to do. I mean, not just financing a car, but financing an extreme luxury car.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to have, well, let me not say that. When you get it, you gotta have it, right? But honestly, nobody has to have a Lamborghini. Okay? It wasn't like, you know, I didn't have to have 2 Rolls Royces. I didn't have to buy my wife a Bentley, you know, SUV.
That's right.
Those weren't things that were like, you know, those were things I wanted to do. Right. And because I wanted to, I paid cash for it. I want you to get in a situation where that we stop trying to impress people that we don't even like. Buying things we can't afford. Okay? It's called status. I don't care. No. I want to know the status of your relationship with your banker. If you can't tell me the name of the person at your bank, I already know you don't have a lot of money. You mean that teller? No. You're not doing enough business. Let that become the new talk instead of, yeah, girl, yeah, I got 20 likes on this post. Because our priorities have been mixed up. So here we go. Finish up. I got 7 minutes left. Here we go. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to do this right here. Get this together. How many of y'all understand this part? Here's the solution. So here's the solution now. The solution that we have is this here. Okay? And the solution is, I was looking at how can we stop all this attrition? How can we make sure that we stop recycling all these people? So now, here it is. I've been thinking about Uber for the last 5 years. In my mind, I'm thinking about Uber. I watched Uber, I got fascinated with Uber, and here it is. I see Uber become the fastest growing company in the history of the world. And what, you know what business, what industry Uber's in?
Transportation.
Transportation. No! Technology.
That's true.
Which cars do they own?
None. Not a damn.
Your city bus system here is in transportation. Your taxi cab companies here are in transportation. Because they own the cars. Uber's in the technology business. And what they did is they solved a major problem. I watched them because it was simple. And they made technology, they used technology to make transportation more affordable, more convenient, and more user-friendly.
Yeah.
They own none of the cars. Meet David Manning. I've been sitting there looking for the answer. But here's the thing. Okay? See, when you go and two people meet, two dreams are answered. Two dreams are answered. Not one, two. David was looking for a different answer than I was looking for, but his answer he was looking for, and I needed his problem to be his problem, and he needed my problem to be my problem, but our problems were so interconnected that it just took so many, it took the right circumstances and stuff for those two problems to come and say, zoom, boom, boom, boom. Okay? Boom, that sonic boom took place. And so here I was, I've been looking, how can I popularize network marketing? And I tried to do it with coffee, but I couldn't do it necessarily the way that I really wanted to, because what happens with a physical product is, number one, this is always going to apply, and number two is Lucretia, here's what happens. When I sell you a product, the product stops with you. It doesn't continue. It has a finite destination. And so I'm looking, why is it that nobody has challenged the 10, $11 billion network marketing companies around the world? Because everybody's creating these products with a finite destination, and nobody's looking at the math. So every company and every owner who starts a company was typically once a distributor, and what do distributors do? Repeat what their upline has said. And so now I'm an owner just repeating what I heard my upline said, and there's no new thinking in network marketing. None. Same thing, over and over and over and over and over again. Packaged with a different accent. That's it, over and over and over. And I'm like, I gotta solve this issue. I'm in David Manning. And I'm sitting there and didn't even know I had it. That's how close sometimes you come. God, you have no idea how close you come to your dream. Many of you have walked right next and sat right next to the person who's going to be your true crown ambassador. But you didn't reach out your hand and say hello. David Manning sat right there in my living room, and I fell in love with the heart first. We couldn't have done this over Zoom. I would not have appreciated over Zoom. Why? I didn't like the travel industry for network marketing. There's no money for an upline, and booking the travel and taking a commission, you cannot legally pay a commission upline. So the money in travel normally comes from the recruitment aspect. I wanted true residual income. I told you the issue that exists, and so I meet David Manning. I'm like, wow, this guy, he's the right guy.
but he's got the wrong product. I took the product that he had and I gave it away to another company for free. Why? Didn't see the value. Didn't understand the value. Took it for granted. Didn't understand it. Why? Because most of the things that are simple in context are taken for granted. It's too simple. It can't create anything big. It's too simple. And I gave it to a company. The best thing that could have happened, tequila, is that the company I gave it to couldn't appreciate it either. The boomerang effect happened, and I gave it to them, and they gave it right back. Am I right there? I gave it to them. We don't want this. And I said, don't sell it. Don't sell this program because it ain't worth selling. Just put it somewhere in your business. That way your distributors see they got something added value, and maybe they could use it to book and get it. This is all I told them. They didn't want it. We put it in there, and those distributors, it's confusing our people. We're not traveling. Take it back. Boomerang. Gave it back. Go to Miami. Sit down with Peter in an Uber. Go fit in an Uber. Coming from the Kimpton Epic Hotel, I saved $129 a night. That night in Kimpton Epic. We're driving from there to the 3S Hotel in Fort Lauderdale to do a leadership interview so we could talk to these guys about why we're pulling the travel out of that program and what we're going to do with it. And I asked Peter some questions, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, can we do this? Yeah. I'm like, does the people, do they know that they got this? He's like, yeah. I said, you sure you told the distributors of Traverse that they got this right here? He said, yeah. Yeah, they got it. Barack, I told you, man, don't be calling me. All right, you got an office in the world. We'll talk about it later, okay? All right? All right, talk to you later. Bye. The president know why, it's man from Barack. So here's what happened, okay? So we're talking about this thing, we're talking about it, and I'm like, you sure we can do this? Can we get the exclusive on this? He said, let me call David and let me make sure. Yeah. I said, Peter, it's over. It's over. He says, what are you talking about? I said, I can explain it to you. I promise you, it's over. It's over. First call I made, Edwin Hayes, he was there with me. I said, bro, listen, I'm a little nervous. He said, well, I said, I can't go tell the distributors what I'm feeling right now. He said, why? I said, because they're going to think I'm trying to flip them because I'm the anti-travel guy. I said, they're going to either think I'm desperate or that I've fallen and bumped my head. I said, but Ed, it's over. So here's what I did. I had a package that I was consulting with the company that in about 4 years could have been worth about $1 billion because I had a $1 billion plan. Gave the whole package back. See, this is why I don't have the liberty of missing a meeting. I know what I paid to do this. I had an income that was hundreds of thousands of dollars per month of residual income that I put at jeopardy. Why? I'm not for sale. You can't buy my dream. So I said, okay, we're going to do this, and boom, why? Because I found the issue. I solved the problem. I solved the problem of the 79 days. I solved the problem of $35 a month. I solved the problem of $105 a year, of $21 of profit. I solved the problem of the 2 people quitting right away. I solved the problem of the 72-hour calendar. And it came just as simple as a boomerang. Let me explain. The technology that we have, ladies and gentlemen, has solved the issue, and I'm going to prove it to you. Here's what takes place. With our business, there's no selling. I don't have to sell anything. We don't walk around with brochures, in our jacket over here, and we're like, listen, I got to vacate you and Pat 2 for 1. Y'all go to Cancun? We're not doing that. We're not selling brochures and stuff. What we do is I give Ed the boomerang. Here, Ed, here's the boomerang. iBuumerang. I have a way to have you in 5-star resorts for 3-star prices. It's free to try and free to keep. Free. They hear that. Free. 5-star hotels, 3-star prices. Those are buzzwords that they hear. They get it. And now, all I need is their name and their phone number, and I can get you started saving today. Only one catch, Ed. Make sure you send me a selfie of your first savings vacation. That's how I get boomerang customers all the time. It's simple. I don't have to sell anything. Ain't none of you have to sell anything. We're facilitators. We give a technology away. So number one, if it's free to try, free to keep, and it's a piece of technology that's downloaded on your phone or on your computer, when are you going to quit? There's nothing to quit. It's almost like calling up Uber saying, hey, Travis Calloway, listen, man, I'm sick and tired of all the Ubers. I save 30% over a taxi cab, and those taxi cabs are real nice and dirty, but the Ubers are really, really nice, and I'm sick and tired of this. Cancel my subscription. Nobody does that. Raise your hands in here if you do not have Uber on your phone. If you don't have Uber on your phone, raise your hands. Okay? You people here don't have Uber. Now just imagine that Uber started a network marketing company 7 years ago, and you were looking for customers in this room. Be hard to find. You know why? Because the people who have it have never quit. When you get it on your phone, you'll never discontinue it. So when a person now gets iBuumerang on their phone, the boomerang technology, they will never discontinue it. What does that mean? He or she who gets the most boomerang customers personally and within their organization is the one who has the biggest opportunity to have this big old mantle over their fireplace with their name on it that your heirs will say, this was Grandma and Granddad. See, they got started when payout wasn't even paying up. But they didn't quit. And the way that we have all this over here and all that land over there is we keep getting these boomerang checks every month. Boom.
Boom.
And our boomerang customers don't quit. There's nothing for them to quit. We've taken that technology and we solved it. We solved it. So if the customers don't quit, the income from the customers don't stop. And if the income from the customers don't stop, that means the distributors keep getting paid. And if the distributors keep getting paid, they're not looking for another opportunity. And even if they did quit, the income does not stop. We base our whole scenario on a customer using our technology one time per year. Once a year. Once. Some are going to use it twice a month. How many times have you been using it, Coach?
At least 5 times.
5 times. I've used it now about 30 times. Since November the 3rd is when I found out about it. We base it off of one time a year. Go to any network marketing company and say, hey, listen, here's a product, I want you to take it 1 month a year. See how much money you can make.
Since last year, I've saved over 15,000.
Since last year, 15,000. So here's the last thing, and I'm out of here. I gotta go. Got a plane to catch. Here's the thing, okay? The real solution, remember I told you from the beginning? I understand human behavior. I know what you're going to do, Joy, before you're going to do it. Not because I'm so intelligent. I've just read enough and interacted enough with people to know that people affect people. So if I know who you hang around, I know who you are. I can guess your income in here. Never ask you how much money you make. I'll never ask you what you do. All I need is one thing from you. Give me your phone. I'll take the numbers you dial the most, the 5 numbers you dial the most, find out how much they make, add it up, divide by 5, that's your income.
Wow. What's your phone number?
something that I know you're not going to do. I want your customer to stay on for all year. It's not going to happen in 60 years. I want them to spend more than $35 a month. It's not going to happen. It happened in 60 years. So why are we expecting people to do things that in 60 years they haven't done? So I said, what if I had a technology that worked harder than my distributors? Bingo! There was my answer! Because, see, when you go to sleep, boomerang is up. When you go to sleep, boomerang still working. See, when you go to sleep, boomerang is working all over the world. I get a customer a boomerang, and it's not going to be worth $21 a year. In our example, they use it one time a year. It's worth $300 per year if they use it one time a year. Boom. Boom. So I tell the distributors, and we created the PRIB, Perpetual Residual Income Builder, which says, please do not follow up with these people. Kathy, don't you call those customers again. Leave them alone. The PRIB is going to take care of it. Yes. Why? Because we know you are horrible at follow-up and upsell, but you are exceptional at hype and oversell. Leave them alone. That's what you're going to do anyway. Don't call them. And the Perpetual Residual Income Builder, the technology that we're investing in, the artificial intelligence, the augmented intelligence, the data analytics, all of those things. I just did a meeting in Miami. I went to Miami to meet. I got to tell you, I can't tell y'all right. Y'all might get excited sometimes. I can't tell you right now. I'll tell you next week, okay? I'll tell you. Guys, it blew my mind. Okay? Coach, he was there. Coach, did it blow our mind?
I still ain't slept.
Right, and we signed non-disclosure. We can't say anything. Guys, we're not playing around here. Y'all think, oh, he just said, no. We going, guys, it's time.
Yes.
It's time. So the PRIB is going to reach out to your customers and talk to them the way that they're expected to be talked to. We're not going to give them that network marketing lingo. These are professionals that will interact with your customers. The technology will know who your customers are. And so what we will do, it's your job to go give out the boomerangs. You get them, and you get them, we're going to keep them. You get them, leave them alone. Iris, let me tell you something. Don't you mess with your customers. You hear me, Iris? Do you hear me? Don't you mess with them, folks. They're not yours. Leave them alone. Get them, and we're going to keep them. But what we're going to do, Iris, for every customer that you have as a boomerang, when you go out there and you boomerang, here's what you do. You boomerang, and what we're going to do is we're going to find out who they are. We're going to find out what their interest is. We're going to know what they like with all of this technology. And what we're going to do is that we're going to offer them things that they're already asking us that we have. And when we sell it to them, we'll notify you by not saying, Iris, we sold them credit repair, or we sold them electricity. We're going to notify you with a check. Hey, Iris, you know those customers that you gave away 2-3 years ago? You know, your group now has 50,000 customers, and you know what? 5,000 of them over here in Charlotte, they all want this service, and they all bought it. Here's your commissions. And it has nothing to do with travel, but it has everything to do with travel, because if it wasn't for travel, they wouldn't have come through the front door. They come through the front door, and here's the thing. Iris will never allow you or any one of you in here permission to sell those other services. We're not going to have presentations where we're up here saying, we sell 15,000 different things, and this is 2,000. No, it's going to be travel, and the PRIB is going to go out there and do everything else for you. And so here's the thing. Here's what you need to do. If you practice the principle of the name of your company, I promise you can create some wealth. Here's what I mean, and I'm out for real. This is my last statement. Now, hold on for a second.
3, 4, 5 years ago, my wife and I made an extreme, well, for us it was extreme at that time, amount of money within a 2-year period of time, and I was miserable. Family-wise, health-wise, I was great. But I was working to create the first $10 billion a year company, but working with somebody who didn't even believe the company was ever going to go past $50 million. Wow. And I had already taken it to over $360 million. They never believed over $50 million. And it wasn't a bad person, but when you're working with somebody, and this is the size of their dream, and this is the size of your vision, and your vision to fit through them, it's called depression. And I wanted to know, how do I get out of this depression? My wife told me, she says, here's what we got to do, babe. Every day, I don't know how you're going to get out of this funk because it's killing you. I'm like, yes, it is. And we decided every day we're going to make somebody's life better. Every single day, what we decided to do is every day somebody's life is going to be better because we exist on this earth. It doesn't require money. It requires compassion. It may be as simple as a nice, how are you today? And a nice compliment. I love your jacket that you have, your blazer. And I do like that. I like the side coordinate. That green, that raspberry. It may be as simple as, holding the door for a woman, and I know she's coming from across the street, and I stand there ready. It may be being at the Waffle House and my bill is $17, but my tip is $100. And the better you get and the more you have, the more you can do. And there's times that I'll go into a restaurant and I'll ask the manager, I need your help. I need you to really help me today. He says, what can I help you with? I'll say, can you just total up everybody's tickets in here? Don't let them know. But here, just put it on this card. I need your help. But I always do it, and I never let the person know. It's me, because I'm not doing it for recognition.
That's right.
I'm doing it because that's how I got my habit. And I didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, 5 years ago was when Boomerang started. Because what I was doing is every day I'm giving. I was giving some good energy. I was giving some good energy. Here's what happens. When I was giving that good energy, I noticed I started feeling myself. I started getting my wings. And see, here's when you give, every time you give, you start depositing into a bank account that you don't even know exists. But the withdrawal factor is the 10 times or 100 times multiple. And so here I am, I'm giving goodwill, not for the purposes of the withdrawal, so the purposes of just being able to do the right thing. But here's what happened. Now when I started that principle, every time I talk to a prospect, it's the right prospect to me. I had shaken a whole lot of hands my first 7 years. But my first 7 years, I was all about me. Thousands of hands of people I introduced myself to that I never sponsored. Now when I meet a person, it's always the right person. When I buy a property, it's always the right property. When I start a company now, and I own 16 different corporations, it's always the right business. When I diversify, it's always the right time. How is that happening? Because of me giving. And when I started to say, I gotta do something big and I gotta solve the right problem, I met one person only, and it was David Manning. It was the right person at the right time. Here's what happened. Every single day, I was out there giving. I was giving. Had never thought about the name Boomerang ever, but I was giving. And what happened is it started coming back. I was boomerang, but I did it every day. I still do it to this day, every single day. So here's what you do. Every single day, I want you to set a 3-year goal. Number 1, to be here 3 years from now. Okay? Be here 3 years from now. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to give away a boomerang a day every day for 3 years. Give away a boomerang a day every day for 3 years. Well, I only have 50. Don't worry about that. If I'm telling you to give it, that means we're going to supply enough of opportunities for you. Stop thinking about what is now. We know what we're telling you to do. There's a reason why we didn't give you 15 million boomerangs. You don't mess up. I gave away all 100 of my boomerangs. The technology don't even work. Aren't you glad you limited your boomerangs? Yeah. You didn't mess it up. Yes. But you go give them away every single day. A boomerang a day, boomerang a day, boomerang a day. 3 years, you have 1,000 boomerang customers. And if they use this service, like we said, one time per year, and they save $600 per year, after 3 years, they're saving $600,000 per year. And without one distributor in your group, just in customers alone, you have a $300,000 per year income. Why? Because you went out and you did something to make somebody's life better, and what we're going to do is going to pay you to make your life better. Ladies and gentlemen, I love each and every one of you, and I don't even know you. But I can't wait for us to spend the rest of our lives together. We've got a big job to do, and we're going to get it done. Thank you so much.
Looking to start a business from home? The business from home. We are the fastest growing home-based business company in the world that's helping ordinary people just like you and I to get out of debt, generate additional income streams in their life, and creating extraordinary success stories globally. We've got the right systems in place, world-class servant leadership, wealthy compensation plan, and the utmost support you need to start local and go global. To get started, simply text us on WhatsApp, #ReadyToBoom on +356 9946 3303. Again, text #ReadyToBoom on WhatsApp on the number +356 9946 3303 right now. Let's get ready to boom. Are you trying to find the best deals online when it comes to your travels? I know, it could be a nightmare. Let me save you some time and of course some money. I Go For Less, the one and only platform you need to go and find the best deals online, from flights, hotels, weeks, cruises, and more. This is a completely free travel booking platform where you can save up to 70% on your travels. Cool, here's what you've got to do. Step 1. Go to bit.ly/travel savings code page. You'll find the link in the description below. Step 2. Find and enter the code you see on the page to create your free account. Step 3. Start saving. Anytime, anywhere. When it is time for you to book your next trip. Pretty simple, right? And did I tell you it is free? And it's also forever to use and to keep. Again, go on bit.ly/travel savings code page. Use the code you'll find on the page and start enjoying your savings.